You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. When we talked defensively, I told you there were two positions that I am keenly interested in, because I think these two positions are largely going to determine if LSU is drastically better defensively than they were a year ago, and that's linebacker and safety. They were very bad at both positions last year. There's just no way to politely say it. They were bad. They were very confused at safety. Their coverage busts. Look, Cam Thomas, 6 of 14, 3 of 7 from 3, 22 points, 4 assists. Look, he can still play. How about that? I'm sorry, I completely just deviated there because I saw Cam Thomas on the TV. But they were not great at safety last year. They were last in the country as far as big plays allowed. Coverage busts were evident, and that was their safety play was poor. And at linebacker, they really struggled in run defense a year ago, largely because they struggled at inside backer. Bringing in Mike Jones and bringing in Major Burns hopefully cures those two positions. Now, Major Burns is playing at safety, and as I understand it right now, it looks like probably Todd Harris, Jay Ward are your starters at safety, with Major Burns the next guy up, but he's coming as well. Ed Orgeron, in his interview on Off the Bench, did talk about Major Burns.
You know, he's done it every day he's been here. He's done it in the workouts. You know, Tommy Moffitt ran up, come see me one day or something, said, Coach, Major Burns may be a starter for us, the way he's acting down there. Today in space, that safety has to make plays in space. And, you know, a lot of times he's the last line of defense, and if he doesn't, it's a touchdown. And he's made 2 or 3 game-saving tackles already in practice. He's smart. He knows he's coming in here. He's competing, and that turns into a very competitive room now with Todd Harris, Jay Ward, Jordan Toles, Derek Davis, Sage Wine, which is good. We're going to need all of them.
If you remember, as we've talked about safety this offseason, my contention is that everybody at safety has a question mark. There's nobody settled there. Like at corner, Ricks and Stingley are both awesome players. Like, at defensive tackle that Glenn Logan and Neil Farrell are veteran guys that are going to be really good interior players. They did it on a championship team. Like, we've seen B.J. Ojulari flash as an edge rusher. There's a lot that we know. Safety, you don't know. Is Todd Harris healthy? Can Jordan Toles improve year 1 to year 2? Is Sage Ryan ready to play as a freshman? Is Major Burns ready to be an impact guy? In his first opportunity maybe to start. Can Jay Ward move from corner to safety? You have a question about everybody. Now, to go on the record, I do think they're going to find 2, probably even 3 guys that are really good playing back there. And if Todd Harris is healthy, I think 4. So I think they're going to be good. But Major Burns is so important, as is Todd Harris, as is Mike Jones, because remember, when you take a transfer, and I think sometimes we get so focused on transfer portal and either guys going out or coming in. When you take a transfer, you have to use an initial 25. I don't want to be too deep into the weeds here, but in a signing class you can sign 25. It's a hard cap. You can only sign 25. Well, if you take a transfer, you have to have one of those 25 spots available for the transfer. So if you're going to take a guy, and that's a 4-year spot, if you're going to take a guy with an initial 25 who doesn't have a full palette of eligibility, like Mike Jones, it's got to work. Otherwise, you wasted a spot. That was Darren Evans last year. LSU used a 4-year spot, an initial 25 on Darren Evans, the grad transfer from Nichols, and the kid couldn't play at this level. I'm not knocking the kid. It didn't work. It was a waste. You wasted a spot. You would have been better off not taking that guy, leaving that spot open, and backfilling this year so you could assign 26 this year. So you got to hit with Major Burns and Mike Jones. And so far, the returns for those two guys have been really good. But the other thing I'll tell you, similarly to the whispers I've heard about Brian Thomas offensively, is Jay Ward at safety. Jay Ward's never played safety in his life before making that transition this year. And in about a week's time, he's already pushing and very likely to be a starter. It's been that seamless. So they'll go through camp, and they'll have their preseason games, and your 3 weeks from Saturday is the opener against UCLA. So you still have some time to develop all of this. But if I had to guess today, if they had to go field a team today in the Rose Bowl against UCLA, the starting safeties I would tell you would be Todd Harris and Jay Ward with Major Burns right there. And I would not be surprised if come 3 weeks from Saturday, it's not Jay Ward and Major Burns as your starting safeties. You got some guys making moves. It's the fun part about camp is you start to work out some of these personnel and position battles and see who's rising above. We're starting to get some of those answers. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.